Good evening and welcome to the September 21st, 2016 meeting of the Gaithersburg Planning Commission. Relatively short agenda tonight. First thing is the approval of our minutes from September 7th, 2016. Is there a motion, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes of September 7th of 2016 as written to the record.
I second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. And the one and only other item tonight is the record plat agenda, and there's one tonight which is for RP-7343-2016, Parcel H, the IBM subdivision and the new FedEx Ground facility. Trudy?
This plat's been reviewed by all the agencies and is ready for your approval.
All right, any questions?
No?
Is there a motion on our record plat agenda, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the record plat as written to the record.
I second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes unanimously. Well, and that was our agenda this evening. So that takes us to, from the commission. Lloyd, anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
With Sally?
Just a reminder that on September 27th, this coming Tuesday, we will have a lecture by Colin Green. It's part of the lecture series that is being sponsored by the City of Gaithersburg and the Kentlands Community Foundation. And the title for the lecture is Kentlands and the Evolution of a Neighborhood. It's free of charge, so I hope to see all of you who are interested in seeing how Kentlands has developed over the years.
And it is at the
Arts Barn, sorry.
Great.
At Arts Barn at 7:30 p.m., sorry.
Okay, thank you. All right, from the staff, who wants to jump in?
I'll
Go ahead,
start
Mark.
real quick, Mr. Chair. You'd asked for an update on the master planning process, and so just real quickly, we are plugging along on the Parks and Recreation and Culture Master Plan, and we are hoping to have a draft of that sometime yet this year, before the first of next year.
Okay.
And then we'll go into all of the public process with that and the review for that document. We are just starting the scope of work for the Historic Preservation Master Plan.
Okay.
So that's kind of going to be going along concurrently. Once we get the Parks, Rec, and Culture Master Plan adopted, we'll hopefully roll right into the adoption of the Historic Preservation.
Mm-hmm.
The next two on our slate right now are the transportation and land use. Right now, the plan is to do those together. We don't feel that, they kind of build on each other.
Sure.
And we're looking at that probably late, to get started late 2017 or 2018
Okay.
for those.
A year yet.
So, but again, we got to get the parks adopted, and then we'll roll into the historic preservation. So if those get pushed back, staff can only kind of deal with one of these at a time. So we'll go along with that. That's the plan so far.
Okay, great. Thanks.
And that's all I've got.
All right. John, did you bring any?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a few
Sure.
updates that I just wanted to report. The mayor and council did hold their public hearing on the Johnson annexation this past Monday, the 18th. And it was, the testimony from the public was actually very balanced, about equal number of supporters to opposition. The mayor and council did move forward to adopt a resolution that allowed the city manager to negotiate but not execute the annexation agreement. So that is moving forward. I wanted to report that on the Devlin property that you approved, that's the 19 townhouse units adjacent to Parklands.
Mm-hmm.
That NV Homes actually pulled out of that development, and Craftmark is replacing NV Homes and will be completing the remaining 15 townhouse units. They will be coming to you for architectural changes. I'm not sure we've really scheduled that yet. Depends on how quickly they get us an acceptable application. Wanted to also report that the mayor and planning staff met with Kimco Realty, the new owners of Kentlands Market Square, on August 30th. They are working on a master plan for both short and long-term improvements to Kentlands Market Square. And they reported to us that they plan a significant investment in the center within the next 5 years.
Great.
So a lot of good news there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the plan for Kentlands Apartments, which is the development at the corner of Quince Orchard Road and Great Seneca Highway, the proposed development, I should say, is advancing. Staff is meeting with the Colonnade on October 18th, and the joint public hearing of you all and the mayor and council is scheduled for November 7th.
Now, I know they met with the Kentlands neighbors and I think previewed the plan or discussed the plan.
They did. They actually came to a KCA board meeting
Okay.
and presented the plan, and I was there, and it actually was, they did a good job, and it was well received.
Great. Would that be, so the process for that property, would that, since it's not residential now, if residential gets built on it, is there a process that they would be annexed to the Kentlands
Potentially.
KCA, or would it be automatic? It's already part of the,
It's not automatic.
Okay.
They could potentially be annexed, and that was
Mhm.
brought up that night, and the board, the KCA board, was receptive to discussions.
Mhm. Okay, great, thank you.
Mhm.
Should we,
Take one
Oh.
and pass it on.
Oh,
handouts?
It's that time of the year where we need to establish our planning commission schedule for 2017. And we have a draft before you. All of our meetings are the first and third Wednesday, except for September 19th, which will be on a Tuesday due to a holiday starting on Wednesday evening. And we've done a submission schedule, and we'll do a calendar type one. Not only we'll have this one, but we'll also have a calendar type one, and we will send it to you, both of them to you when.
Okay. You don't really need anything from us on this, it really just establishes what the cutoff date so you can post them, is that right?
Our policy, our rules and procedures state that we will present them to you.
Yes.
Okay,
They have been presented.
all right, very good. Thank you. Great.
And our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 5th. Then on Monday, October 17th, we have a joint public hearing on the Crown Neighborhood 3 and 5 schematic development
Right.
plan. And then the next October meeting is on the 19th.
Okay, sounds good, thank you. Anything else?
Well, I had
Yeah.
mentioned the municipal infractions manual or code enforcement manual I brought up, which can be used across the board for zoning violations as well. And MML has indicated they're very interested in moving forward on publishing that, making it available, getting copies out to municipalities. That's the statewide version. And we actually, they did want the Attorneys Association, and there is a code enforcement and zoning officials administration known as CZOA under MML. And the attorneys agreed to basically sponsor it. And the CZOA, I spoke to them at a meeting on Friday and gotten very positive comments, so they'll probably finalize that decision to support it. I would expect, that's certainly what it seems, in the next couple of weeks. So that may very well be moving forward fairly
Great.
quickly.
Nice, great news. So what does that look like? Is that a commercially published thing, or does it end up being published sort of through, I don't know, state document channels, or how does that look?
Well, the one for the city will just be an in-house,
Posted like a
look
code.
like a booklet,
Yeah,
much like I had shown. The one that goes out statewide, though, will probably be more along the size of an iPad. Based on the prices I've seen, that seems to be the most economical. Probably just looking like a regular hardcover book. Cost for that, probably within a couple $1,000s to make enough copies for every municipality, and then a bunch of extra for instance, we have five or six code enforcement officers, plus a
Right.
bunch of permit inspectors, plus zoning and all that. So there may be that we would need as many as a dozen, and yet we've already got ours covered. But for other cities, that's where you'll need that many. And then by the time they pay $5 or $10 a copy,
Yep.
beyond the first one, it'll probably end up covering its own costs.
Great. Well, I'd be in touch with the mayor if I were you to get the tent lined up for the book festival, because
Yeah, that was mentioned, and I understand that I would actually end up having to introduce myself, which I could do.
Yeah.
But you have to run back and forth a lot to say, okay, now Frank, I'm gonna ask you a question, you know. But we can make it work.
We should have some fun with that.
That's okay.
All right, great. Congratulations on
Thank
that
you.
work. Good
Thank you.
work, good work. Anything else tonight? All right. We're adjourned then. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.